Over $150 billion. In 3 days,
That's a lot of
that's how much
cheeseburgers.
the world's 15 largest cryptocurrencies
Holy.
lost in market value. It's
That's a
because
lot
of
of
the
dough.
crypto exchange platform FTX,
That's a lot of dough.
which is behind this token, named FTT. On November 6th, the token's value
Man.
began to fall, losing more than 80%
Done.
of its worth in the span of 72
Oof.
hours.
The short
Once
positions
seen
on
as a
that.
survivor in a
Must be
struggling
crazy.
market, the fall of FTX has sent shockwaves through the
Is crypto
cryptocurrency
done?
industry.
Dunzo.
So, what went wrong?
What went wrong? Y'all trusted a dude with an
FTX
afro.
is the brainchild
Look
of
at
Sam
that.
Bankman-Fried.
You trusted that dude with your money. How stupid do you gotta be?
He's been previously hailed as a savior of the crypto
$1
industry.
billion.
You were called the JP Morgan of crypto.
Yep.
Does that bother you or did not?
It doesn't bother me too much.
Bankman-Fried
Like, I can't
founded the
even make eye
quantitative
contact.
trading
He's
firm
such a
Alameda
weenie.
Research in 2017. 2 years later, he started FTX, an exchange platform for buying or selling cryptocurrencies.
That's
Right
crazy.
now, he's
Look at
the
that.
majority owner of both firms.
That's
That
so
kind of
crazy.
aroused some skepticism among
Oh
industry
my God.
players and traders, investors, stakeholders that there could be
Vicky
some
G,
sort of conflict of
she works for the
interest
CCP.
in terms of whether Alameda
why they
Research
fell.
was getting preferential treatment on FTX, vice versa. But the official
Oh God,
narrative
look at
that
this guy.
SBF gave
I
in the
bet you I would've
past is
stole his
that
lunch money
the
in
two
high school.
companies are separate entities.
After its launch, FTX attracted major investments from Silicon Valley and Wall Street.
People are so greedy. Never underestimate greedy.
This
This fool's wearing crew socks? You're trusting a guy with
It
billions of
grew
dollars
into
with
the
crew
fourth-largest
socks?
cryptocurrency exchange for derivatives trading.
That's your own fault,
Celebrities
Tom
promoted the
Brady.
platform in ads.
Steph Curry?
I'm getting into crypto.
With FTX. You in?
It's FTX. It's a safe and easy way to get into crypto.
I don't think so.
Oh, come
FTX
on,
was
Larry.
gaining steam, and in the process, often tussled with Binance, the
Binance-
world's largest crypto
Binance
exchange
just
by
whipped out their
volume.
thing and just
When
dropped it on
FTX was
FTX's
getting started,
forehead.
Binance invested
Sorry, dude.
in FTX, and it was one of the crypto exchange's earliest investors. But FTX, as we know, grew really rapidly
Second
and
largest
became
crypto
a
exchange.
very substantial rival to Binance.
As FTX
Binance
grew in
is-
the industry,
the guy who runs Binance
Bankman-Fried
is so
furthered
smart,
his
he left
reputation
China.
as a crypto
Look at this
savior
guy.
when digital
That guy
asset
hasn't
prices
had a-
collapsed earlier
Ugh.
this year.
It's not fair to customers.
He bailed out firms, spending
That
about
guy's
$1 billion.
voice is annoying.
It's okay to do a deal.
Look at this
that
guy.
is moderately
This guy hasn't fucking
He'd bail
carried
out
a
twice.
weight.
But that
When's the
image
last time he
didn't
bench
last.
pressed?
On November 2nd,
Never.
CoinDesk
You can't trust a
published
guy who
report
doesn't work
based
out.
on a leaked
That-
Alameda
That's
balance
your
sheet.
number one flaw.
According to the leaked data, Alameda claimed it had over $14 billion in assets
He's pretty
at the
brilliant,
end of
though.
June.
I mean-
but most of that was FTX's tokens.
I want to hate on this dude,
Alameda
but he
CEO
fucked a lot of
Caroline
people. You
Ellison
gotta be smart
tweeted
like
that the
that.
balance sheet wasn't complete.
Caroline also said its financial situation
He printed
is
his
under
own money. The
control,
US government does
company is
that.
doing well. However, it seems like the market just didn't really buy that, and then traders continue to withdraw from FTX.
FTX and
Yeah.
Alameda did not respond to a request for comment.
It's a stop
Things
losses.
escalated on November 6th when Binance said it would offload hundreds of millions of dollars of FTT.
Well, he fucked
Binance
up.
did not respond to a request for
Okay,
comment.
so this is so
the
brilliant.
announcement
Pause it.
sparked mass withdrawal.
So he fucks up, right? He goes to Binance and he goes, hey, bail us out. Here's our books. And opens up everything. He opened up his legs for the guy from Binance to go, oh, you just printed all your own like reserves. This is off the cuff here, but like for most people, like they're hating on this guy. The US government did this when y'all got your stimulus during COVID. They printed out 4 out of every $10 that were ever printed. So that means if you had 100 grand, your 100 grand lost 40% over the last 2 years because the US dollar isn't backed by the gold standard. So because they printed out so much money, they devalued your money. I mean, they literally did what Homeboy was doing. They just did it at a bigger scale, and they're impossible to compete with. But I mean, also don't trust a dude with crew socks. Go ahead. That's the
withdrawals.
that's the
That
worst part of
day,
this whole thing.
FTX processed $4 billion of transactions, many times the normal amount for a day. Some got backlogged, which sparked demand for more. By November 7th, that number ballooned to $6 billion. On the
that's
8th,
cause.
a day later, FTX's finances were in crisis. Binance stepped in and said it would buy the company. It seemed like
This is the
FTX
point.
might have solved its liquidity problem.
This is
But
the
on the
point.
9th, Binance backed out of the non-binding acquisition.
Because they saw
The
that
next
none
day,
of their money,
the journal
none of their
reported that
reserves real.
FTX used money from customers
Oh,
to
they
fund
fucked up
risky
so
bets
badly.
made by Alameda.
It's a shocking revelation
He
for
shouldn't
a
have
lot of
gone- he
people
should
in
have
the
raised more
industry
capital rather
because
than go to a
even though there
competitor for help.
has been a lot
Pause
of
this.
speculation.
Okay, so they're the ones who did the GameStop debacle, where they made GameStop fucking skyrocket in value and then crash, because they make the market move. There's so many people following Wall Street bets. So let's just say Wall Street bets right now goes, we want to shut down Wells Fargo. So 13 million people are following this, right? So 13 million people then go to Wells Fargo and they all withdraw $1 million, right? I mean, that's how much? I think that's like $13 billion. 1,000 million is 1 billion, so that'd be like $1 trillion. Anyways, that'd be a shit ton of money for people to withdraw. It's too much for my head. But like, if everybody goes and withdraws their money from Wells Fargo, Wells Fargo collapses, or Bank of America, or Chase, or any of these companies, right? So like, if everyone decides that they're gonna go get their money out of the banks, the bank is hugely fucked. The banks are banking on that you don't take out all your money at once. Let's finish this guy with the crew socks and the afro.
About
How do you have that much
FTX
money and you don't have
Alameda
anybody
research
that's a
being
stylist?
joined at the
I don't
hip?
even have
Nobody
my hair
could have
done right
foreseen
now.
that SBF was
Look at this
willing
guy.
to
Look at this guy.
transfer billions of customer
I guess if you're worth
funds
that much
at
money, why do you go to
his
the
crypto
gym, right?
exchange to help
You don't have
his
the
crypto
security
trading
issues.
firm.
The Securities and
doesn't
Exchange
even have a
Commission
bulge in
and
his
Justice
pants.
Department are investigating FTX, according to a person familiar with the matter.
This
The
is
SEC 's
not
not
like
gonna
the New
come
York
after them.
Stock Exchange or NASDAQ. They take people's money, they borrow against it, it's not much disclosure, and then they trade against
Bitcoin.
their customers.
A spokesperson for the Justice Department declined to comment. Bankman-Fried told investors that FTX couldn't cover
Dems are gonna
withdrawals
get
since its
wrecked on this
collateral
whole
was
thing 'cause
dropping
they
in
took
value
so much money
and
from
couldn't
this
be
guy.
liquidated, according to people familiar with the matter.
Trump and
On the
DeSantis
11th,
right now are so
Bankman-Fried
excited that
resigned
this
as
happened.
CEO, and FTX and Alameda filed for bankruptcy. Afterwards,
5
FTX
days,
said
lost
it was
$32
probing a
billion.
potential hack.
That's crazy.
More than $370 million worth of crypto funds appeared to be missing, according to crypto
know where
analytics
that's at.
firm Elliptic. On
That's
the
in an
12th, the
offshore
journal
account that
reported
the US
that
government
Alameda and
can't touch.
FTX executives knew that FTX had lent its customers money to Alameda.
So a lot of retail traders and investors I've talked to are feeling desperate or frustrated. The majority of the people in the industry could not have seen this coming because
How could you not
FTX
see it coming?
is such a dominant player.
The fallout has led other companies to tout their reserves and call for more transparency in the industry. As of November 11th, according to the bankruptcy filing, FTX's
and then he files
estimation of
bankruptcy.
their
That's another
liabilities
mistake. You can't
would make
do
it the
that.
largest crypto-related bankruptcy ever
You
filed.
can't do that because then you open up yourself for everybody. So here's what this homeboy did, right? He's such a fucking piece of shit. He fucking takes people's money. He tells them that he's not gonna use it, right? He's not gonna go reinvest it into other stuff. But he took loans against his own company. So what you can do is, let's just say you have $1 million in stocks. I can then go to the bank and then go like, I want to borrow money against my million. So rather than selling my $1 million in investments, I can then go and say, I want to borrow 50,000 against my $1 million, which is usually what they'll let you borrow. It's called a margin call. This fool took out 10x what he had in his reserves against himself. So he was borrowing money against his own investors. That's fucking crazy. What a piece of shit. Anyways, Sam Bankman-Fried, I'll beat the fuck out of you in anything that you want. But also, like, wear low-cut socks if you're gonna wear shorts, dude. You're not from East LA. You don't have the luxury of wearing long socks, but don't wear mid-ridge crew socks, bro. What's wrong with you? Holy shit, bro. Get a stylist. Hit me up. I'll dress you up in some skinny jeans and a plaid shirt. You look like a lumberjack. Also, I'll take you to the gym at 5 in the morning. Work out, people. Don't look like that piece of shit. God damn, that guy's a fucking asshole.